Hey World Changers, happy Friday to you. So it is day 5 of the 100 days of self-discovery challenge. So I will be every day for 100 days, I will be posing a question, a thought-provoking question. I'll be sharing my own reflections on that question, and I will be inviting you to do the same, for you to write the question down in a journal and take 10 minutes just to reflect on that question. And I'll be inviting you to share those reflections if you feel comfortable, either here in the comments below, or you can post a video like this, or you can take a photograph of your journal. And if you want to share it here, that's absolutely fine. Or we have a private Change Your World personal development group, which you're more than welcome to join. And it's just a little bit more secure. It's not so obviously as public. So the idea is that when we share our own thoughts, we inspire others, and we can start encouraging each other to, achieve those things that we're putting out there, that we want to do, that we're holding ourselves back from. And the idea with the challenge is that we get to know ourselves a little bit better. We get to know what our limiting beliefs are, what our fears are, and also what our desires are, what we want to create and what we want to achieve. And together we can start encouraging each other. So today's question is quite it's possibly going to be a challenging question for some, but the question is, what would you do if you knew you could not fail and there were no limitations of resources, i.e. money, time, manpower, expertise, etc.? So this, as soon as I opened the page to this question, I knew instantly what my answer was, because I currently have a massive vision. It's a vision that, I was going to say terrifies me, not in the sense of if it would happen, I would be absolutely delighted, but the process of what needs to be done and the enormity of what's required, that kind of terrifies me. And I feel a little bit, well, who am I to believe that I can make this happen? However, and there was a part of me that I thought, oh no, I can't share this on here today, because, I feel a little bit vulnerable saying it, because it is such a massive vision, and I immediately think that people will be thinking, right, like that's going to happen. However, I reflected on it and I thought, do you know what? If I actually do put this out there, there might be people listening to this, they might see it and think, do you know what? I can totally help her make this happen. So if you're one of those people, please come forward. So what I would do if I knew I could not fail and I had no limitations is that I want to set up, so I've got two massive visions. The first stage of that vision is to set up a Change Your World conference and wellness centre here in the Highlands. And so the Change Your World Conference Centre would obviously be a space where I can hold my events, my big, large conferences, but also workshops, regular talks, life coaching groups, have several life coaching groups. I mean, at the moment we just run one on a Thursday night, but the idea would be to have regular, but I would bring speakers up from all over the UK up to the Highlands. Experts to share their knowledge, wisdom and evidence-based research to help us live life better, to implement tools and techniques into our lives to improve our health and well-being, help us with business, help us with our personal life, our relationships, every aspect of life. So that would be the conference side of it. But the Change Your World Wellness Centre would be a place where it would be, first and foremost, it would be all about prevention. So it would be educating people about preventing ill health, how to live healthier and happier, to live life with joy. It would be a place for children. So we're raising strong, resilient adults instead, children, rather than trying to repair the damage in adulthood. And it would be a place where, so it would have lots of different therapy rooms, and these rooms would have life coaching, they would have psychotherapy, they would have couples counselling, they would have lots of holistic treatments, everything from Reiki, Bowen technique, acupuncture, all different, you name it. It would have lots of different therapies, so you could tap in and choose the therapy that you would like. It would also be a place for, it would have a big cafe area, so it would be a place to connect. So for people to, because social isolation is a major problem in our society today, and it's a massive factor in ill health and chronic conditions. So it would be an area, it would be a no Wi-Fi zone, so nobody on their mobile phones, so they could actually connect and speak to people, enjoy nutritious, lovely food. We'd also have cooking classes, so the idea being that we would educate people in how to cook in healthy, nutritious food to prevent ill health, but also if you are living with the chronic condition, using food, diet and nutrition and lifestyle techniques, lifestyle medicine to reverse those conditions. It would be in a place that was surrounded by nature. Because nature is a natural healer. You know, there's so much evidence out there that just even like if you're a hospital patient and you have a window with the nature scene outside, you've got trees that you can see, you actually heal quicker than a patient with the same condition that doesn't have a scene of nature that he or she can see every day. So nature would be absolutely vital, you know, somewhere that has surrounded by trees, green spaces, water, mountains, somewhere where you can connect with nature. It would be a place for school children to come along. They would learn lots of personal development techniques, so everything from mindfulness, neuroscience, psychotherapy, resilience, stress management, emotional intelligence, you know, all these kind of things that we're starting to see being taught in schools, but it would be a huge emphasis on that so that we are raising really resilient children and strong, resilient, emotionally wise children that would be aware of their emotions and how to deal with them better and more effectively. And yeah, it's a huge, huge vision. You know, it would be run by a team of experts, health professionals, top of their game. And the idea would be that eventually I would roll this Change Your World Conference and Wellness Centre out to every major city in the UK. So it's a massive vision. Strangely, even though I'm daunted by it and I'm terrified of it and I have no idea how this is going to happen, I do keep projecting myself into the future and seeing it already achieved, but like looking back at this moment now and thinking, gosh, how is this ever going to become a reality? I'm a firm believer that we don't have an idea unless we're ready to create it. So it's like the mind will not come up with the notion of the idea if it's not ready to start creating it. So if you've got ideas in your head that have been floating around and milling around, it means you are ready, because you just would not have even conceived it if you weren't ready to start creating it. So yeah, I mean, you know, at the moment I certainly don't have the money, the resources and the team around me that I need to create this. But if you are somebody that can help me with this, then please give me a shout. Please come forward, because this is something I'm hugely passionate about making a reality. So I've identified 2 locations. One is in a beautiful part of the Highlands. in nature and just beautiful, but it's a plot of land at the moment, and you know, would need an enormous amount of resources and money to make that happen, to build a centre. But I have backup. I've found another location. It's not quite as ideal, but it's it's an empty building, and it's something I could utilise and create, and would be an amazing space for it. So I've started making phone calls about this, and you know, I'm taking baby steps to make it happen. And yeah, maybe I'll look back on this video in maybe, I don't know, a year's time, 2 years time, and think, gosh, look where I was back then and look what I've achieved now. So yeah, that's what I would do if I had no limitation on resources, time, money, etc. So if you can help me make that happen, please come ahead. I would love to hear what you would make happen if you had no limitations on your resources. So that question again, what would you do if you knew you could not fail and there were no limitation of resources, i.e. money, time, manpower, expertise, knowledge, etc. So yeah, love for you to share your thoughts, and look forward to hearing from you. Take care, have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.